Oh,
All right,
man.
dude, let's go. Let's
All right.
partay.
So who's hitting the record button?
I
I
think he
got
did
you.
already. He just did.
It's already here. All right, y'all
Okay.
ready?
Yep.
You
I'm
did?
ready.
What's really hood, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dantara, a.k.a. Chef. Y'all know my partner. Don't make me do it because it's a.k.a. the Boricua Mama. If you keep cutting me off, I keep making up names. Y'all know it's my man Evil on say. We got the big homie, B Dollar, B Dollar. What's good, baby?
What up? What up? What up? Whew.
So,
What a night last night.
and I'm going to let them know if you want to hear a legit, complete breakdown, please let them know where to find it.
Well, if you want to hear my full breakdown, I did do a review last night of All Out. Go to Master Bryce 890 on YouTube. Check it out. Me and my friend Gerard, we did about an hour, about an hour review of the entire show, everything that went down, from the surprises, from the matches, of everything that went down last night at All Out in Chicago, because it was crazy out there. We did go to the United Center show, to CM Punk return. So we were actually there for that one. Cheaper tickets too. My brother he did go to All Out last night. He was actually there for that show.
Oh wow! All right.
So he had a very fun time.
What was the cheapest ticket there?
Man, I was like in the lower level, so it cost me at least like 70 something, but tickets was cheap as like 20, maybe 10 and whatnot. Like it didn't cost that much to get in the United Center over here. And it was more convenient trip because I thought it was an easier trip. I didn't live that far away, and it's actually nearly in the heart of downtown Chicago. Now with All Out, I have been there before for All In and All Out back to back for those first couple years. That's a very far trip. It's not technically in Chicago. It's on the outskirts of Chicago. It's near the Allstate Arena where WWE usually do their shows at, but it's still a few miles away. But it is a little bit more of a tougher travel to get over there and whatnot. And tickets were a little bit higher for that actual show.
So basically, it's nowhere near Chirac. Because
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I always think to myself, damn, they're having shows in Chicago with all the damn killings and shit, but what you said right now is in the outside skirt of Chicago, which means it's nowhere near Chirac then.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, like I said, it's on the outskirts. Like that's all the way out there on, Rosemont or like I said, this is Hoffman Estates. So
Now it makes a lot of sense why now.
yeah, because the shows I will say AEW did take place over here. Of course, like I said, with the United Center and Revolution of last year. That was like in the Wintrust Arena. Once again, that's mostly near the downtown area. It only took me like 10, 20 minutes to get there last year.
All right.
So easier trip.
So, listen, y'all got your what do you call it? Geographic, whatever you call that. Because listen,
we got the maps taken care of. The location.
The maps out. We got the hometown homie B Dollar there. Now, I say we start with women first. Ruby Soho. I thought it was huge. She came out, but I don't want my opinion, and I don't want to hear Evil Otis' opinion right now. B Dollar, Ruby Soho. What you got?
Ruby Soho. I think a lot of people knew this was coming. I mostly figured she was going to be like, the wild card, Joker card and whatnot, given that, the promos that have been, dropping on, I think it was her Twitter for the past few weeks now, which was very similar to Jon Moxley's in a way, which I feel like a lot of these like promos of everybody leaving WWE, they're very similar. Same with Buddy Murphy and I'm trying to see who else. I don't remember who, but it's like most everybody that's been leaving has had similar promos. Like I said, I think it was mostly predictable that she was going to show up there. She got a pretty good pop and everything. I heard, I've seen mixed opinions on Ruby and whatnot. Some people believe WWE made the right choice. Some still believe this is a missed opportunity. Like I said, I think she will help the division. And what they did give her like the song, what's it? The actual Ruby Soho song, Rancid, I believe that was made. So she was able to get that too. So like I said, she will be able to help out the division because, personally, I still think that's the worst thing on AEW right now is the women's division. There are a few bright spots. Yes, it is. But I have kind of shitted on the women's division for a while. It's getting better. I'm not saying it's still the worst, but it's getting better in some doses. Okay. And with her winning the Casino Battle Royale, it's similar to Brian Cage winning the one from last year and whatnot, getting a title shot. I know some people weren't happy with Thunder Rosa not winning because that's who I really expected to win this whole thing. I do believe there are bigger plans for Thunder Rosa. I still believe she will be the one to take that title off. But like Ruby getting the title shot right now, I guess they wanted to start with, something hot. So they just kind of like gave her like the big win. Cause like, come on, they built her up to be this Joker card out of everybody else. Don't get me wrong, there were still people in this battle royale that are from different companies. Personally, I don't like what they're doing to Kiera Hogan right now, but she's not under contract. I have to remember that because a lot of people were pissed off in United Center when she got squashed in like 10, 15 seconds and didn't even get a televised entrance and whatnot.
She got to pay her dues like everybody else goes.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
To AEW, they paid their dues. They were big somewhere else, and now you got to start from the bottom.
I guess so then, because it's a lot of mixed opinions and whatnot. Because I was like, I think they probably would have started, but obviously, like I said, she's new to the company, but it's not like she's some new jobber or anything like that. She has a name. People know her from Impact. People know her from WoW and whatnot, or probably other promotions I don't know about. But mostly those are the two I've seen her actually the most on TV.
Well, I do agree with you that she should be getting a better fair shot because of being a two-time Impact Women's Tag Team Champion. But
they don't even like the Impact women or the
that's what I'm saying. But she should. I mean, she's what? She got squashed twice or three times in a row in AEW. She went to the NWA Empowerment. She lost that there too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it with one match so far against Sky Blue and NWA, that from last week. Has she won an AEW match yet?
I heard she did on Dark. I'm not even sure. I don't watch Dark a lot, so
that'll be coming out this week. Then today or tomorrow, we'll see that her win it first. But like you're right, she doesn't have a contract, so they're not gonna give her just anything outside of a contract either. We're gonna push you, and then you get up and leave. So yeah,
that's the thing.
Understandable. So,
yeah, I can mostly see that because, like I said, not on the contract. So
yeah,
until she actually makes a decision on where to go, then it's up in the air right now. So she's just gonna be showing up on different promotions until further notice. And to answer your other question real quick, I mean cut you off, but you talk about the knockouts division, about them not knocking the knockouts. Personally, I feel like the knockouts division would have outshined a lot of the women on the roster right now in AEW. Like, come on, look who you got on there. Like, Peraza would definitely out wrestle Baker. I can say that right now.
But it's embarrassing that Peraza wasn't even in the Battle Royal.
Yes.
But supposedly you have this open door policy or some kind of work relationship, and you still can have one Impact wrestler who's on the Impact be there, which is totally. I still don't get how this shit works, but I don't understand. I really don't get it.
Yeah, because we both have talked about it with the whole Impact thing, and I think it was very fishy. And I know a lot of people still aren't the biggest fan of Christian, winning the world title and whatnot. I was up and down on it. I still would have liked it better if someone from Impact would have actually won the belt and whatnot. I get Christian has a lineage with, Impact TNA. He was a big name down there.
3-year lineage. That's it. I mean,
it helped his career, though, to be honest with you.
I'll say, and Impact made his career to go back
to a world champion.
To go back to WWE.
What Impact guy would you have beat Kenny Omega besides Moose? That Impact doesn't even book Moose well.
True. I thought Callahan would have done it in Slammiversary, but that didn't happen.
Callahan's a bird, yo.
Moose, Eddie Edwards.
Eddie, I like Eddie, but I feel like Eddie needs to go back to being American Wolf Eddie than, Crazy Eddie and whatnot. Because, I said about Eddie Edwards a long time ago, I felt like he needed some personality. And then when they actually gave him the crazy thing, I actually was digging it at first, but after a while, he just kind of came a little bit too cartoony for me. I like Eddie. He's great, but, I feel like now he needs to go back to American.
I still say Impact dropped the ball when they should have had a storyline between Eddie Edwards, Alicia Edwards, and Kenny.
True.
I mean, the kendo stick Kenny.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, the kendo Ken. Yeah, the kendo stick one.
So they should have said, "Oh, I'm not in love with you anymore." Blah blah blah. I'm cheating on you with Kenny. That would have been awesome.
Whoa, that would have been some extra like, hey yo.
I'm not in love with you anymore. I'm in love with Kenny the Candlestick.
Yeah,
I mean, they've done worse.
that's true.
Anyways, Chef, what was next there, man? What was there less?
Well, do you want to put your opinion on Ruby Soho, or you
Oh
good?
yeah, but like I said, overall with Ruby though, like I said, she will help the division though. Like I said before, I'm sure she'll have a good match with Baker. But it's a good pickup though. Like in all honesty, she is a good get. So I kind of figured she was gonna show up here. Anyways, I know, will she move the needle? We will see. Like that's wait and see type of thing. But Ruby is a good get though. I can say that because come on, you look what happened in WWE with her. It wasn't the best. I liked the Riot Squad to an extent, but then after a while, they just kind of became jobbers and whatnot. So Ruby, she'll be okay. I think she will. So it's one way to help the division out. Because like I said, with the division, it ain't really the best division out there right now. Come on, you can go back and look at, the show from this week. Look how bad that Tay Conti and who was the girl in the ring with Penelope Ford, and how bad that match was. It was long. It went out too long. And what confused me the most was when the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome," and I'm sitting there talking with other people. What the hell was so awesome about that match?
Yeah. Well, you know how fans are. You know how fans are. They're gonna say this is awesome about everything.
We throw "This is awesome" out a little bit too easily nowadays.
Yeah. You could do a perfect moonsault, and this is awesome.
Oh yeah, automatically they'll just chant anything. So. Yeah, like I said, Ruby, she'll be all right though. So that was a good get. In total conclusion.
So besides all the debuts, I definitely wanted to touch on the greatest Hispanic male manager, wrestler, whatever the hell he's doing now, Conan. Somehow again, Conan grabs a Spanish team and wins more gold. This guy did it with Impact. He did it with NWA. Now he's doing it with AEW. He also has a group in MLW. They don't have gold yet, but that's, obviously the clock.
That's soon to come. 51-50, baby. All day. Hasta la muerte, baby.
Nice.
Evil I want Evil Lone to go on this one because this is his shit.
Hey, man. Once again, Conan is the manager of champions. The dude is everywhere. If you're a Hispanic, Conan's going to be in your corner. Period. I mean, this match right here in the cage, this match was, basically it delivered. It delivered and it went above my expectations. The right team won. It was about damn time the Young Bucks lose the damn belt and give it to somebody else. Because right now there's like 50 tag teams there. And once you get one title shot, you're back in the line for another 6-7 months before you're back up again. So I'm glad this happened, and hopefully now we'll get some different, matches with other teams, and hopefully we'll get to see the Lucha Brothers against Power and Powerful for the tag titles.
Rematch.
And then Conor's gonna have to pick which team am I going to be on. Am I going to be with LAX, or am I going to be with the Lucha Brothers? Because we already know they had the Bear Burners there, Impact.
Yep.
And if it happens here, boy, whoo!
They can tear it down again.
Crazy.
They're gonna tear it down again.
And even though I still hope they have a secondary title, tag team title, like
the
titles. Huh?
The trio tag titles, or whatever it's called.
Titles, yeah, the U.S. title that they have back in the NWA days when they have the secondary title. That'd be kind of cool because they have so many tag team titles. Tag teams in AEW. That's one thing about them. They have a lot of tag teams.
Oh, yeah.
And having a secondary tag team title or even a trios title for 3 men would be perfect.
True.
Let B Dollar holla at us.
All right. Cage match. All right. Let me say about the cage match last night. I think it was possibly one of the best matches on the show. That was, insanity. Let me say that, number one. Lucha Brothers with the WrestleMania 22 Rey Mysterio entrance. I thought it was a cool homage right there. I don't really know who was rapping the theme song, but I thought it looked really good when they came out. The match itself, like I said before, it was insane. when I look at the Lucha Brothers, because I remember when I was there for the ladder match they had a couple years ago at All Out, I would say the cage match was a little bit better, and it was a really good cage match. I did think it went a little bit over the top because I feel like with the Young Bucks, I've gotten to the point with the Young Bucks where it's like, I can tell if it's a Young Bucks match, like typical Young Bucks match. Like, I like the Bucks to a certain extent because I feel like they've just kind of been there. Like, I know that they were the champions, but I just kind of felt like they just been there. Like, I know they're in a group with the Elite, and I know Kenny's supposed to be the leader and all that, but it's felt like the Bucks have just like, I've said this before about the Young Bucks and AEW. I felt like they were trying to be badasses, but they don't really look like badasses. And even I thought with the whole, shoe and the thumbtack thing. Yeah, even I was like, okay,
that was kind of cool though.
It was, but it was a little like over the top. So like the match I thought was really good, but I don't mind false finishes, but you can't do too many false finishes. Like the Canadian Destroyer from the top rope, which I feel like is the most common move with every wrestler nowadays. That's insane. That like it would have killed fucking Matt Jackson right there and whatnot. Phoenix is a mad. I've always said this. Phoenix is a madman. Phoenix just the shit that guy does is just sometimes got cool it down. I don't want to see the guy kill himself, but
if Phoenix can learn the damn language.
Yeah,
that's it. That's his drawback. The dude's like 28 now, 29 years old. If he learned the language, like Andrade is learning the language now, because you see him now try to talk more, speak more.
Oh yeah, English. Yeah.
About time. If he just learned the language, that dude will be the face of some company right now, because a lot of companies want to hit the Latino market, the Latinx market.
Yes,
and everybody's fading because the last real good Latino wrestler that spoke English perfectly was Eddie Guerrero, and no, he's gone. Rey Mysterio is on his last leg, and after that, there's nobody else. You have all these awesome wrestlers, but no one can speak the language, so you can't push them.
Santana, still Santana from LAX Private Powerful. He's dope on the mic. They just don't let him really do shit.
Yeah, he's just in a group. I feel like he can be a breakout star though at some point in the future. Santana, I see something big about.
But you had Phoenix, you had Andrade, you had with who else?
Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon, yeah.
Yeah, Pentagon Jr. Those all the guys with masks that you want to sell on those. I mean, a wrestler with a mask sells, especially to have a good gimmick.
Yeah.
But then these guys are Mexicans and they don't speak the language, so they get thrown to the shuffle. Because now, I mean, damn, imagine if you spoke the language at least decently or even perfect, dude. The sky is the limit. Those guys look good. Those guys wrestle good. Andrade looks good. And once he learns the language better, dude, he could go to a different company and become the face of that company.
Yeah, because he has been trying. I kind of knew that even in WWE, he was trying to speak English. Like, don't get me wrong, it was hard to understand him a few times and whatnot, but I knew he was really trying. No, but at the same time, I felt like, okay, we giving him a manager. That's basically what the manager is there, just to talk. That's basically what they got. What's the guy's name that's with Pentagon and them right now?
Some fake dude that sucks.
So, my friend told me he looked like another version of Bill Alfonso.
That shit pisses me off. He pisses me off because how do you get some guy who's not even about that life to try to be about that life? Now he's out here jumping up and down. He has gloves on his hands or whatever. Dude, no.
He's Bill Alfonso 2.0.
Conan is about that life or whatever. He might be about that life. But this dude, no, man. There's nothing about that dude that screams like, oh yeah, I'm legit. Only that he's the voice because the two guys can't speak English, so they put him there. Basically, that's how he got the job. So we need somebody who speaks English. Anybody available to be the manager of these two guys here? Okay, let's go.
A translator. Basically, they needed a translator.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he does. That he's the voice of those guys. He's the hype man.
Yep, like I said, Bill Alfonso 2.0. That's basically what he is right now, like in ECW and whatnot. So that's how I look at it. And with Andrade, you got Chavo with him, which is a very bigger upgrade over Vicky. Let me say that, number one. And like I said, Andrade, trying to talk on his own. I know people wanted to see Vega back with him, but Vega ended up re-signing with the WWE and whatnot. So, which that is not working out well for right now.
No, now you mentioned that chick's name here. I lost so
Okay.
much respect for her. I lost so much respect for her after she resigned with the company after all that shit that happened before, and
Yeah,
then she resigned with them. Not even like what, a month later? Nah.
Yeah, and like I said with Chavo, Chavo, Chavo's good. So it's like I said, it's a bigger upgrade over Vicky because I just couldn't really buy into the Vicky thing, and I sat there wondering myself. So if Vicky can't help Nyla Rose win a match, how is Vicky gonna help Andrade here? And I felt like that was kind of a drawback. If you ask me. So Chavo is a bigger upgrade. I don't know who the other guy's standing there, the assistant and whatnot, but this seems to be working. And I was looking forward to the Pac and Andrade match last night. That was one of the matches I was looking for. That was like the sleeper hit, which I even thought would have been the match of the night if you asked me. But now it's gonna happen this Friday on Rampage because Pac had travel issues and whatnot. So yeah, that was one of the matches I was really looking forward to. But it's gonna happen on Friday anyway, so it's still gonna be big and whatnot.
So from what I understand, y'all thought it was a good match. You enjoyed everything.
Yeah, the cage match, yeah, definitely great. Probably match of the night.
And like I was telling Evil Once earlier, I thought it was almost a perfect pay-per-view, except for QT Marshall and see, there it goes.
The big slow.
This is the big show.
There's a big slow.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny about his theme song? Like, it's look like with AEW, it's like, hey, we can't give you Big Show's theme song. We're gonna give you this generic altered version that goes, yeah, instead of well, yeah. And I ate a chicken sandwich or whatever it comes out. And I'm sitting there looking at this like, okay, obviously this was a cool down match, but it was technically the co-main event. This should have been on the pre-show. This could have been on Dynamite.
Yes.
This could have been on Dark.
Definitely pre-show. Give the fans something to get warmed up about, let's cheer. Oh, okay, the right person won. Okay, and then we'll go into the main show. Perfect, but yeah, no, man.
And
this was played horribly.
The feud makes.
I still don't know what this feud with these people are. I don't get it, but this should definitely be all Dark and Elevation feud, period. This whole thing is the Nightmare Factory and the Factory. This is Elevation, AEW Dark, all day.
Yeah, because honestly, I look at this feud. It's like, come on, nobody has really given a crap about QT. The Cody thing obviously did not help. Him and his whole squad got beat the entire time. Agogo, Solo, Camarato, they all got beato and whatnot. I'm sure the joke where I got that from.
Yeah.
But they got beat all the time. Agogo just kind of disappeared. You had these random dudes out there. I don't even know who they were on Wednesday. And now Billy Gunn and his sons, are now part of the whole thing. It's like, wait a minute. Weren't they all the Nightmare family, though? And QT betrayed Billy and them, but now Billy turned heel to help QT against the Big Show. QT is like almost literally channel change. Listen, let me tell you one thing. When I was at, the United Center and they taped Dark, because this is the only other times I'm really ever going to watch Dark. When he came out there like 2 different times throughout the show, he had no reaction, or people went to the bathroom or whatnot during the match or got something to eat and everything. So he did not really get much of a pop out. Even when I saw him, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. It's QT. Like, I don't need to see this guy in general, okay? I'm surprised he gets so much TV time because at first I was like, okay, maybe I'm giving the guy a shot. But, after getting destroyed by Cody and them, it's like, how does this help him? Even with Big Show. What was the point? We're going to beat up Tony Schiavone's son. Okay, so, yeah, we got to get Big Show in the ring. And we need like 12 guys to take down the Big Show. And it's not good. And, like, Billy and them don't make sense. I'm surprised he didn't come out there and help him. Like, Big Show literally killed all these guys in, like, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, this should have been.
He got hit with a chair on the hip, and he went into a traumatic seizure before he fell down. I'm like, he literally got tased. Somebody just tased him because he went. Like, what happened? Like, what happens to he got hit with a chair? You go down. You don't go into an electric shock therapy and fall down. Oh, dude,
And that was
I
a chair
died
shot to the head. Also, a
Yeah.
lot of chair shots to the heads also nowadays. Like, I'm
Well,
starting to see more.
If there's a Mac Henry match coming up, it better be on Dark or Elevation.
And I like Mark Henry, but even I sit there wondering, like, okay, what is he really going to do? And it's so odd watching him come out without any 3-6 Mafia playing.
Yeah. Dude, like, yeah. And then I'm pretty sure they're going to team him with Big Show at the next review to go against the whole factory.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen. Hey, the inside job is still happening, as everybody says, WWE Dynamite.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, WWE Dynamite. Basically, everybody from the E is coming over to AEW. You see the WCW 3.0 or WWE Dynamite.
Damn near TNA 2.0.
Yeah.
Listen, before we piss off every AEW fan, and I don't care. I'm going to start with Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him. I've never been a fan. I don't care he's in AEW. That shit does nothing for me. I could care less. So, gentlemen, however you feel about the vanilla midget himself, please.
Hey, man.
You go first. I got to check the door real quick.
Yeah, all I know is when Adam Cole came out, we
try to talk Daniel Bryan first.
Nah, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's in the same segment. So whatever. So when Adam Cole came out, got into the ring, and he got that whole place to go. It's Adam Cole, baby. You knew right there that man is a star. When you could get the whole venue of 20,000 plus, 30,000 plus to chant your name and say you're crash like Adam Cole, baby, you know you were a star. Uncle Vince let this man slip away. Uncle Vince is right now is shaking in his boots because he let that star get away from him.
Well, wait. We were talking about this before. Shut up, dog. We were talking about this before. And I think it's weird that the last time we all seen Adam Cole not in WWE, he was getting super kicked by the same guys that were giving him kisses on the cheeks. Like, are we supposed to have short-term memory loss and forget that that's what happened?
Well, we know the reason why it happened, though. We know the reason why it happened. He was leaving. He was on his way out. They have to turn on him. So that was it. And then he was gone. And now they're back. Now he went like this. They kissed him on the cheek and they made up. And everything is forgotten. Now, when the ending was coming and the lights went out again, I was like, oh no, it can't be. I said, it cannot be. And you hear that. I said, oh my God, he's here. Dude, come on now. 2 surprises at the same time like that. I was hoping he was going to turn on them too. And join the. I was hoping that was going to happen, but it didn't happen.
Well, that's how I think that Adam Page is going to wind up beating Hangman Page is going to beat Kenny Omega because he's going to turn on them like, y'all did me dirty, and I'm playing nice until I could do that. That was my take on that.
Maybe it can happen, maybe not, but dude, when that happened, right there and then, I went on Twitter and I posted what I said. AEW is the best wrestling company in the USA right now. I would have said the world, but we don't know what happens in other companies out there, so I didn't want to say, but in the USA, because they gave you everything in one night. They gave
this pay-per-view made Vince McMahon scared. I'm going to tell you that now.
Oh, it made everybody scared. It put everybody on notice.
It did.
You gotta bring your shit up. You gotta bring your A game up. You gotta start bringing people out there, sign them, throw them the money, tell them something. Because right now, anybody who leaves WWE, either they're 2 tiers. You're the big star or you're a mid-level. The big stars are going right to AEW. Mid-levels are fighting for the 4 other companies. And there's 2 guys left who are top tier, Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. And we just saw them last night. They're not going to AEW, which means Impact, Ring of Honor, NWA, MLW has a chance to bring one or both of those guys into the company and
Possibly
go
New Japan.
from, or possibly New Japan, and go from here to number 3. Because we know 1 and 2 who 1 and 2 is, and then it's a model from 4 or 6, or from 3 or 6, or 7 is model. But if you bring those 2 guys into one company, or even one of those guys, either Strowman or Bray Wyatt, you move your head from down here and you go to 3A and then 3B. Yep. So there's still a chance for those 2 companies. And like you mentioned, Strowman to Impact Wrestling, destroy Christian Cage, win the belt. Bray Wyatt to MLW, to Sega Underground and teaming with Mil Muertes. Right there, you got your 3 and your 3A and 3B already right there. Because those guys are going to move the needle too for those companies.
Oh yeah.
And then unfortunately, you still got fortunately, you still got the Iconics out there. Female.
Still got Ric Flair out there.
Who?
Ric Flair.
No, man. No, we're talking about people that wrestle. People that wrestle.
Okay. He still may show up, man. I ain't counting Flair out, so.
He's like 9,000 years old, bro.
I know, but they still love him. They're going to put him with Andrade. They may do that.
I love Ric Flair. Don't get me wrong. Ric Flair is the man, but no, man, no. We're talking about active wrestlers.
I know, in the ring. I'm not saying Flair's going to get in the ring, but I do believe he is going to show up one of these shows.
Please, he's not better get in the ring. But you still got the Iconics. For a company that's trying to build on the women or add to the women, the Iconics will be the perfect fit for MLW, trying to build a women's roster right now. A good fit for NWA. They could solidify the women's Ring of Honor. Don't go to Ring of Honor, please. There's no Ring of Honor for any females. there's nothing in Ring of Honor for females. Please don't go there.
That tournament was horrible.
Yeah, and then you got Impact Wrestling. You bring that concept to Impact Wrestling, they will solidify them as being the best women's division of all wrestling.
You know what? I would say this right. That one thing about them, I think they would make a perfect fit if they put them with Tennille Dashwood about this whole influence thing and whatnot. That would actually make a lot of sense because Tennille Dashwood, I feel like, has been dull in the water for so long. I get they put Madison Rain with her right now, but putting the Iconics with her, the whole social media influence and all that stuff, that make perfect sense.
I'm going like this because you're here, and then Chef is here, and I'm going like, Chef, you see what he just said, Chef? It's the same thing I've been telling Chef for the last 2 or 3 weeks. The Iconics need to go with Tennille Dashwood. And the Dark Horse, female, Santana Garrett. Santana Garrett, she was up here, sang with the lead, and then just got lost in the shuffle, and her name and her worth just dropped back. Like, no one is even thinking about her right now because she's just lost in the sauce.
That's true.
But she's one hell of a female wrestler. She's a performer. She knows how to wrestle. She looks good. Oh, yeah. She knows how to talk.
Oh, yeah.
AEW, she'll get lost there. Don't go there. But every other 4 companies, or let's take Ring of Honor out, all the 3 companies, you could build it. You could build her MLW. You could make her NWA better, or you could solidify even more Impact Wrestling.
Because I want to just say something about the whole Santana Garrett thing. It's almost very similar. I know we talked about Deonna Purrazzo earlier, but let's remember what happened with Deonna Purrazzo when she was, in NXT. She literally got lost in the shuffle. It looked like they were going to do something, but it did nothing. Next thing you know, she goes to Impact. I'm sitting there like, wow, they made her look like a star in like 2 weeks. Then WWE did in like 9 months.
But she was a star before she signed with WWE.
Yeah, she was a name, right?
5-star matches down in Japan. People, like the matches that she had with Toni Storm, bro, that's a mad wrestler's dream match that I've seen twice that they had. And those ladies are nothing but mad wrestling their asses off for 20, 25 minutes. And you're like, wow. And then she went to the WWE and she got lost in the shuffle. She comes back and she picked up where she left off. Santana Garrett could do the same thing. And once again, Impact Wrestling dropped the ball on her because they had her before
That's
under
true.
a different name. I forgot. I think she was like a cowgirl.
Brittany.
And they had her, and they dropped the ball on her. And then that's when she, started doing her own shit over there.
That's
and
true.
now hopefully she comes back. She can come back home to Impact Wrestling, get solidified again. For Impact Wrestling being dull in some parts, their female wrestling was actually keeping them alive right now.
Oh yeah,
with Josh Alexander, because Josh Alexander just became the face of that company. With the matches that he's been having as the X Division champion, and with Jake something, and all the matches that he's had, he's solidified himself as a star there.
Agreed. And my friend, we had a conversation one day. Like, he watches Impact, but he wished, like, because he actually likes the show, and he has like his some discredits and whatnot, but he felt like he would like the more if it was actually on a channel he could find it on and whatnot, because he felt like, man, somebody really should put some more money in this company and whatnot.
Stop! Don't. We already lost a lot of followers because of Impact. Hey, dude, don't.
Yeah.
This is a whole different conversation because you think that after the money that Anthem has spent to buy their own channel, it was worth it, and a year later, 2 years later, it has not been worth it buying that channel. They should have just stayed where the hell they were at before.
Yeah, what channel were they on last time? Like some channel?
I don't remember. Yeah, so the fishing channel or something, the nature channel.
Pop TV did better ratings.
Yeah. What was the channel called? Chef, the channel, what was it called?
Which one? Oh man, that was the one with my fisherman. But like,
that's what I'm saying. Your boy Houston.
Jimmy Houston. What the hell was the name of that channel? I don't remember, but Jimmy Houston's like what? I'm a big fisherman. I'm one of the one of the most good dudes that fishes all the time. I love fishing, and Jimmy Houston was the man. But it's bad when Jimmy Houston is the second most popular show on a network when Jimmy Houston's been fishing for 40 years.
Yeah. But
you know what I'm saying?
This was supposed to be their way to branch out and give the fans something back. And it's still bad when you see, people have to use Twitch or something else to watch the show because Access TV can be found on some things. And it's not Access TV, and it's not Access TV's fault. It's the fault of the big companies like Spectrum and Dish and DirecTV that has this contract with them, and then they get dropped from the contracts.
I actually have Direct, so I do get the channel.
Okay. Me too.
What I don't understand is, all right, when Impact was in Orlando for the last 5 years, I was there every day. And when Pop TV came in, Pop TV had like the Sasquatch running around. They had like something they would give out like Pop TV. Pop TV had a lot of interactive stuff in the crowd. Like they were always doing stuff, and they weren't really promoting it much on Pop TV, which was kind of weird. They would be like, all right, Impact's coming up next or whatever. But at least that was something. Now, Impact doesn't give you none of that. And it's like, I don't know what Impact's doing. I don't get what Anthem is doing. I don't want to be the MLW homer because MLW is the show that I enjoy. But someone like Court Bauer does not stop working.
He's making moves.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know who, because you keep hearing Scott D'Amore because supposedly, what's the guy that's rolling around with Kenny Omega?
Don Callis.
Don Callis. Don Callis is no longer an Impact guy. He's signed to AEW, some shit like that. But who is Scott D'Amore? Who's his boss? Because whoever that person is, where are you working? Because I don't see no progress in Impact. And that's the weird thing. MLW, who's supposed to be smaller than Impact Wrestling, is now about to get action figures too. They got like 3 TV deals. True. So it's like, what I don't understand I don't know if it's Ed Nordholm. I just don't get it. And they're a media group. It's Anthem Media is their product. But yet when they had their app was trash. You're a media group where your media is not good. So it's like, I lost interest with Impact. I was just like, you know what? I don't enjoy it no more. I try to keep up with it. I love the women's division. Women's division could be one of the best. But when it comes back to this Forbidden Door thing, we all got excited because we were like, oh, snap. We're going to see crossover. We're going to see, we're going to see all these cool things. You've seen no Impact guys except for technically the Good Brothers who are elite guys. It's like if you're a Bullet Club, you could do both. If you're not, sucks for you if you work for Impact. Because a guy like you said, Sami Callihan, I might not like the guy as a fan. I might not like his work, but I could tell you, so many people will be like, yo, you're wrong. He's nice. So how is a Sami Callihan not catching beef with somebody like Kingston or Moxley? Like where you could go into that crazy hardcore shit. Eddie Edwards versus Cody Rhodes, which, we've seen Cody in Impact before, had some good run. And it's like, well, what happened? Like, you're totally just shitting on them. You've seen more NWA women in AEW, and AEW women are on NWA, but you're not seeing none of that in Impact. So where is this Forbidden Door really going through?
And then the funny thing you mentioned, I just remember, didn't supposedly Moose trained Cody Rhodes' wife?
Yeah, I remember that.
So you mean to tell me you're one of the EVPs of the company, and then you did what Brandy Rose is the female everything there. You mean to tell me out of a favor to Moose of what he done to you and how you wanted to wrestle him when you came into Impact, you can bring Moose into AEW?
Yeah,
some strings out of like, okay, we need Moose here because he did this for me and he did this for my wife. We need him here to do some stuff here. What happened to Moose?
Moose was getting her over because they used to be in the crowd with that Moose and Brandy thing. Moose and Brandy. Like, and she was getting over with the crowd because of Moose. Moose was a fan. I know you hate Moose, but Moose was a fan favorite. I'm a Moose fan. I love Moose.
Same here.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I dig guys, cool dude, met him a bunch of times, but he got her over. He trained her, and you can't throw him a bone and be like, at least get you on Dark. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you. Elevation.
Something.
I do Monday. I also do Tuesday. I do Monday night.
Yep, and just like a couple things, you talked about, especially from the division, that like anybody from the show not showing up on AEW, because I go back to that little tournament AEW did with the women when it was like USA versus Japan and whatnot. I think they were from the Stardom promotion. I said y'all could have done like the Impact versus AEW, but then I even said like most of the women on Impact would have out wrestled everybody on AEW then and made them kind of look like shit. And
but you have an AEW all-out women's thing match from last night. You have 21 females. You mean to tell me you couldn't fit one Impact wrestler female in there? Not even Diana Purrazzo, she could have been there. Like I'm the women's title. I got the Impact and the Mexican Reina de Reinas match.
AAA.
And I'm a champion. And me being here, I said I'll last two. I'll be the last four. Then throw me out. At least get Impact a good showing. You mean to tell me you couldn't have her there?
That's true, and because like you said, we've seen Impact talent show up on NWA. I don't know how many have technically showed up on New Japan. I know we've seen New Japan guys on Impact from Jay White and Finn Juice and
Well, I know. Alexander has been wrestling now.
Okay, he's on the Strong Show. You're right.
With Chris Bay was matches. He's the only one so far. And of course, there's always the crappy brothers are always everywhere.
Yeah, good brothers everywhere. Chris Bay was on the Strong Show, but I'm still kind of waiting for Chris Bay to actually show up in New Japan since he is now in the Bullet Club. So I'm kind of waiting to see that too.
His shirt should be slapped. That shirt is horrible.
Yeah, the Finesse Club it's okay. I thought it was okay.
It was lazy. That shit was lazy.
It looks small.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It doesn't fit. Like, I don't know. You could do so much. I like designing stuff. You know what I mean?
Same.
So I do what I do. You do what you do. It's like you know what you're looking at when you see it, and you're like, that shit felt lazy to me. You know what I'm saying? It did not feel like there was a big creative thing. If anything, for a little while, just let them go with the original Bullet Club logo until you had someone who does some fire shit and get it out there.
Oh yeah, and until y'all can at least make an actual shirt that kind of fits him and make it look, something that people want to buy, then put it out there. But he could just like came out with just a regular Bullet Club shirt for the time being until they actually made him some Bullet Club merch. Whoever's in charge of that, department and whatnot, either New Japan or Impact, they could have did that at least. Because I was kind of waiting for the guy to actually show up on New Japan, send him over there or something. Don't get me wrong, we've seen New Japan guys, not New Japan, but Impact guys on the New Japan show, because then they have that Resurgence show like a few weeks ago, and Moose went against Ishii. I know that.
Yes.
It was like several guys that showed up on there, I remember. So, like I said, we've seen Impact guys on either, New Japan or NWA. It's like you said though, just haven't really seen them on AEW. That's it. Like we've seen AEW guys show up on Impact, and come on, I'm kind of glad they stopped doing that whole Tony Khan, promos, burying the company, which
yeah.
unfortunately a lot of that stuff was true. A lot of it was true. He wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
So I was kind of glad they stopped that.
Some of them were funny as hell, though.
They were, but I was like, man, he's not lying.
I mean, after the first two, they were funny, and then by the third, fourth, you go like, hold up. This guy's been. I thought at first it was a joke, but now it's like every week he's throwing down Impact Wrestling even further down the totem line. Like I said, the first one was funny, but now it's just kind of getting ridiculous now, and I'm getting offended here.
I was too, because it's like, why are we letting the money mark talk this much about a different company? Okay, like Jacksonville Dixie there is now some gimmick or character now all of a sudden. So like it was sooner or later I felt they were gonna do that. It's like with Dixie Carter.
I was feeling some type of way after the fifth week of him coming out. Like, hold on, I can do it. The first week was funny. The third and fourth week, okay, but now it's just kind of crossing the line now, bro. I mean, I'm getting some type of way right now. I can't have you every week come here and make fun of my company. But it's true though, and you're like, yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not lying, but shit. At least just put some sugar coated or something. But
yeah, because what also got me about is like, they come on here and they promote their show like, hey, make sure you watch, AEW tomorrow night. But by God, could Impact at least put their own like, promotion, a commercial or something on TNT, and like, hey, come watch our show. Y'all could have promoted. They did not promote hard, and it's not AEW's job to promote someone else's pay-per-view, but like, hey man, say your world champion's gonna be on this show this Sunday and whatnot. Hard to Kill, Slammiversary, all of those shows. At least promote it.
Even if I'm cheap, you have two shows on YouTube. Mention something on the YouTube channel, on your Darker Elevation, which pisses me off, and actually it pisses Chubb off too. Anthem supposedly has money. They go out and buy a channel that shows you they have money, but then they kind of stop. It's like okay, we want to show the fans we have money, but we don't really want to spend too much more money than we have. Like we want to bring somebody in, but we really don't want to bring somebody in yet. It's like they're fighting with themselves about what is the next move.
Yeah, it's like, and they brought names in, like, they brought some good names, I felt like. Some people have had a career resurgence, I felt like, going to Impact right now. Like, I could look at Steve Cutler, Steve Macklin. It's like, come on, who is this guy in WWE? Just some random dude of Forgotten Sons. Now I like this guy now in Impact. I'm like, now I'm digging him.
Yes.
So it's like,
I'm seeing more about him. I'm like, yes.
Man, Matt Cardona. I think Matt Cardona is doing good over there too. Why are you Cardona for, dog?
Let me say about Matt Cardona.
Man, he's gonna get buried on here. I can feel it.
Cardona and Chelsea Green, bro.
And I know a lot of people don't like Chelsea Green, given the last time she was here. As soon as she got the title, she asked for her release. Then after that, so I know that is bad blood.
Don't get him started on that. Do not get Chuck started on that, bro. Please do not get him started on that.
I will say this about Matt Cardona though. Every time I look at him, I go back when he first showed up on AEW, and it was like, it's Matt Cardona, and I'm sitting there wondering, like, how many people are really gonna know his name like that? He was Zack Ryder, and I saw people act like he was gonna move the needle, he was gonna be the game changer. So I'm like, dude, he was Zack Ryder, okay? And the thing is this, it's not like he changed his gimmick. I'll give Brian Myers some credit. At least he doesn't look like a job guy and changed his whole look up and made something. I look at Matt Cardona. It's literally Zack Ryder light right now. It's still
Right
Zack
here.
Ryder. It's still woo, and
What
just
is this? What is this? What is this?
It's a white piece of paper.
yeah,
What color is it?
white. He's not over. I'm sorry, dude, just not over. What was he like? Some GCW champion people were talking about. I heard he lost the belt over the weekend, and
Yeah.
because
John Moxley.
yeah, I'm surprised Mox didn't come out with the belt on last night. He wore the hoodie, but he didn't like come out with the actual championship. And he's gonna be fighting, Nick Gage, the bank addicted drug robber and whatnot, as some people would say.
That's why they're trying to build that one for next month.
I'll say one thing, with last night also, All Out. You want to talk about one of the biggest pops now, with the whole Moxley thing, Suzuki, that shit was balls to the wall.
Yes, he was.
That was one of my favorite things of the night. Now they're bringing in some big New Japan names. Now we're bringing in some bigger names. Now, I know they couldn't get Tana.
That right there blew me right there. When I saw that, heard that song, I'm like, no, it can't be Suzuki.
And that was like Wrestle Kingdom last year. That was definitely like Wrestle Kingdom last year.
Gun, right, man. Suzuki. Imagine you bring that whole stable over, Suzuki Gun against.
But the G1's about to happen, so I know they can't get all these guys over there right now because the G1's gonna happen the next week or two.
But imagine the Elite against Suzuki Gun. Suzuki Gun got like 10 members. Elite has the same. Dude, that'll be some crazy shit right there. Give me War Games. Suzuki Gun against the Elite. I'm done right there, bro. I am done right.
Even if you're not trying to if there's going to be all those problems bringing those guys, you could do the Bullet Club versus the Elite too.
Yeah. Of course,
we haven't seen Jay White on there yet.
Yeah.
I know we've seen Himalaya.
Tom is always talking shit about those dudes. Like they're the fake Bullet Club and all that other stuff. Like you can easily bring that over.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm sure at some point they will. But yeah, as I said, also I think they're in the G1 also, so we probably ain't gonna see them until like a good minute also too. But they have teased that for a minute also. I find it kind of crazy that they're giving away Mox versus Suzuki on free TV this Wednesday, but I feel like it's gonna be more to the story than what's gonna happen and whatnot.
Now, when Tanahashi comes over, the new United States, IWGP United States champion, dude, if you know who Suzuki Gun is, the crowd will go nuts if he will ever show up to AEW. Because when I saw Suzuki out there, I was shocked. If I were to get to see him in AEW, dude, I will pledge my allegiance to AEW going forward if that ever happens.
Because that was like one of the first big names I can say they brought into from New Japan to AEW right now. One of the first ones.
Because Impact Wrestler had him like 10 years ago. And that shit was trash how they did him through there too. And AEW does him better. So I will disown Impact Wrestling on the spot.
Yeah, because let's remember New Japan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's remember New Japan. I know New Japan and Impact are cool nowadays, but before after the whole Okada situation, that and Vince Russo, that really ruined it.
The only way that Impact Wrestling could save this company this year is if Okada shows up there against Christian.
That'd be insane because if you can get Okada, if you can get Naito on there, that would be pretty big. Okay, LIJ. Like that's something I want to see and whatnot. I had to pull this up. All right.
Now, I always forget the guy's name. What was the guy that he was part of the Revolution? He's big in New Japan.
Dude in the Revolution. Sonata.
Oh, Sonata. Yeah, with him, with LIJ.
Sonata's a beast.
Oh yes. Right.
Even though they did him good when he came over, and then they kind of just lost some of the shuffle when they threw him into the Revolution, and then I don't know what happened to that. It's like Impact starts. It's like Impact starts good, and then they just like.
Yeah, because like the whole Great Sonata thing they were trying to do, like it looked like it was okay, but then like you said, it just didn't really go anywhere, and then he ended up going to New Japan after that. So like we already know that with Sonata, but like you said, they can get some bigger names on from New Japan on there. That would be a big deal. But like I said, I'd be shocked if Okada showed up on
Okada
Impact.
will be like the
I got
Okada will everything right
Give it
there,
to
bro.
Bound for Glory.
Yeah. Woo! That'll be
Boy,
some shit right there.
I got to end it off with this question to B Dollar because I'm an MLW guy. I'm curious what you think about Tajiri going to be in MLW.
Okay, because I'm gonna answer two of your questions and whatnot. I'm gonna answer this one first. I didn't get a chance to answer the whole Cole Bryan thing, so I'm gonna come to that second. Tajiri thing, no. I'm gonna start the Tajiri one. Tajiri is an interesting move to bring in MLW. The last time what was the last time Tajiri was in America? I think with WWE and whatnot. So Tajiri is a legend. He will bring some value to it. It is in the ECW arena. They will bring him back to. People will know who he is. So it's a good move. It's a really good move to bring into Jerry. So I do agree with that. Now, to answer your second question, I didn't get a chance to answer the whole Brian Cole thing because I know you don't like Brian. Let me say this about both Danielson and Cole, okay? Do I believe it is a game changer now with all these names that showed up last night? Yes, I do believe the playing field has changed now. It has, okay? People know who Brian Danielson is. Come on, like the guy just main evented WrestleMania not that long ago, even though a lot of people didn't want him in the main event of WrestleMania, felt like he brought it down. But he does have name value. He's still big. I think he will change up a lot of things right now, so I think that's good. And with Cole, we talked about him earlier too. That's another name because Cole, I figured he was most likely going to show up in AEW anyways because apparently what he wanted to keep his Twitch thing, and WWE told him you couldn't keep the Twitch thing, but he really wanted to keep the Twitch thing that badly and whatnot. Because we've all heard about the rumors of Vince offering $1 million contract and giving him a big thing. Because I've said this about Cole before. He did everything in NXT. What more could he do? I don't know what else he could have done. Like, he did everything. And what would have happened if he went to the main roster? And because let's be honest, and I like Cole, but I'm sure everybody's gonna bring up the size difference. Like, he's not that big of a dude. Okay, he's not like this. Some say he looks painfully thin out there. He's great in the ring, great in the mic, but like, some say the look wise, imagine him going against Roman Reigns or Bobby Lashley if he got on the main roster. How believable would that be? So, with him going to AEW, a lot of the guys are a lot of them are nearly the same size. He has his friends there. He has his girlfriend there. Even though I felt like he came out to another version of his own theme song in WWE to Undisputed Era, I literally thought it was like Undisputed Era coming out there again and whatnot. So Cole being there, he gonna be all right and whatnot. Putting him in the Elite, I think he will turn on him, but it's like you guys brought up before. If you watch Being the Elite in the past, I haven't watched in a minute, but I did watch when they, quote unquote, killed him off after they kicked him out of the Bullet Club and everything. Yeah. We saw how that went. So it just looks like Bullet Club 2.0 right now. And with Brian, even his theme song is literally the same theme song. You just put a hip hop beat in it now and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's not like the theme songs have changed. But with all these but all these debuts in the past few weeks from, like I said, with Brian Danielson, with CM Punk also, which I'll say this about his match. I thought it was a pretty good match. Rusty, yes, but let's remember, he's been out of the ring for like 7 years, too, at the same time. So I'm giving it a pass. I was surprised to see him come out there with tights, though, and that trunk. So that's one thing. But yes, from, like I said, with Cole to Ruby Soho to, like I said, with Suzuki showing up, like, they threw it all out on the table last night. They threw everything as much as they could on the table, okay? Because obviously they're looking for a ratings bump this week because the ratings have kind of gone down a little since CM Punk, had showed up on Rampage and coming back. So they are gaining more and more traction because at this point, WWE, they just letting anybody go. So yes, could we expect Bray Wyatt to be showing up? Could we expect, Strowman or any other guys, Buddy Murphy? It's just like, come on, there's supposed to be more releases from NXT coming. So you don't know who's going to show up, but getting the names they got last night, those are big names, okay? Those are big value names. I'm sure everybody's coming up with, match ideas in their head right now and stuff. Like, how's this going to go? How's that going to go?
Hold on. I just got a text message from Uncle Vince. He's saying tonight Stone Cold is coming back. Undertaker, Kane, Evil Kane, is coming back tonight. Oh, Goldberg's coming back. Yeah, so we're gonna see a lot of guys that we haven't seen in a couple of years come back, and Undertaker just retired. So I don't know what he's gonna
I heard
do.
he's supposed to be on SmackDown this week.
So yeah, he might be wrestling again coming up this week. So you never know.
Yeah, I forgot Raw was tonight.
Yeah, the Boogeyman's coming back. I just found out right now the Boogeyman's coming back. You never know. Ric Flair might come back in the match this week too.
Well, yeah, like, cause come on, it's been a lot of counter attacks between both companies. Like, come on, when CM Punk came back, what did they pull? You know, hey, we got Becky, but I think we all knew Becky was coming back anyways. We pulled Brock Lesnar and whatnot. So they've been pulling out, you know, counterattack moves themselves and whatnot. So
they might bring every ECW guy who's still alive down to WWE tonight.
what city are they in tonight?
Who knows? RVD might show up.
RVD, like, you never know. You never know who's gonna show up and whatnot. But yeah, of course, like I said, they're gonna have to come up with some counterattack because honestly, Raw, it is just sometimes impossible to watch Raw. SmackDown, I can get through. But Raw, I don't know. NXT, well, that's in the air right now for a lot of people with all the changes that are coming to NXT. So we're gonna see what happens in the next few weeks with that, with all, you know, the whole Nickelodeon 90s logo they got right there, and you know, Vincent.
That's kind of cool though. I actually like the new logo, to be honest with you. I thought it was cool. I like it.
I don't hate it.
It gives me that 90s vibe though from Nickelodeon, that all the colors and shit like that. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Luther has to get slimed now after every time they lose in that match. Come on,
that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. And Luther gets slime match
stuff
every 5 minutes.
Loser gets slime match.
Yeah, the loser gets slime match.
So,
I got a question for Dada. Dada, my man, MLW is coming up October 2nd. The main event, Fatu Hammerstone. Who you got?
All right, wait.
The big match.
Are you Team Fatu or are you Team Hammerstone?
Doesn't matter. I just asked the question.
Who is it? Listen, he can still say what team he believes in. You already know how we just did this.
Okay, so which team are you on first of all? Team Fatu, Team Hammerstone, and then who you think will win?
You know, I mean, I'm low key. I gotta go with Contra, man. I think Fatu may be going over again.
Let's go.
Listen, I'm gonna say with MLW, like, I'm trying to get more into MLW. Okay, like, I have watched it periods of time, but I know who Fatu and Hammerstone are. I know Fatu is a beast now. Like, I've seen some of his work. He is really that good, because I know him and Hammerstone, like, recently re-signed back with the company again for MLW. So, like I've said before, even if you don't really watch MLW, you're gonna hear they're making some type of moves. Because even you know, like I said, I don't watch the show a lot. I'm trying to get into it more and more. But I know Court Bauer and them, they've made moves, they've made signings, they've had TV deals, they've had multiple streaming deals and whatnot. So they're making moves. At one point, I felt like they were making moves almost every other day.
Yes. And then COVID kind of killed that momentum there for a second. Yeah. I need to go back at 131 here and strike everything that God said. Strike everything out. Strike everything out. Put out a gunshot over. A lot of gunshot noise and boom, 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 boom over what he was saying. Because right now, that's preposterous what the man was saying. Preposterous, man. Preposterous. Yeah, that too. Preposterous.
I think we hit everything. B Dollar has been way better. I should just put a Cox Unit logo over Evil Lonce for this episode. Listen, and I'm going to tell you now, everybody knows what it is. If you want the best bling for the best prices, go to hiphopbling.com, put the promo code UWN, get your discount, look fresh. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, for myself, B Dollar, and the other guy over here, we out of here. Deuces.
Peace.